Hey everyone, George here, aka the Curious Mathematician. I hope you're doing well. So in today's video, I wanted to talk about the importance of mistakes, and we should embrace mistakes rather than resisting mistakes when doing mathematical work. And here's my reasoning why. So mistakes are a very normal thing to do. Silly mistakes are very normal when we're students, and even as professional mathematicians as well. But the reason why, if you do encounter mistakes and do make mistakes in maths, why you should embrace them is because what happens is you remember that situation longer term. It forms part of your long-term memory. And then when you encounter more complex problems and you encounter a similar situation, you're much better able to recall the actual solution. And the problem is, if you make no mistakes whatsoever and you have a completely flawless track record, you skip this process. And this process of being able to recall these situations where you made these mistakes and what the correct solution was, this forms an important part of your mathematical repertoire when solving more complex problems. So that's why it's very important to view mistakes as a good thing. Don't worry if you make mistakes, as long as you learn from them. Mistakes are good, including constant mistakes, as long as you learn a lesson from each one in maths and can apply it again at a future date for a more complex problem. So that's just something I wanted to share. And mistakes are very common in all aspects of life. And you also have this as well with other professions. So I'm sure entrepreneurs, for example, make constant mistakes all the time, but they learn from them and improve. Maths is very much the same way. So when I was a PhD student, for example, I remember being in classes, in workshops and lecture theatres, and even just back in classes at school, I made constant mistakes, non-stop mistakes, but I learned from them every single time. They stuck in my long-term memory, and so I now understand when I did make a mistake, why it was a mistake, such as forgetting to add a constant integration, for example, why that was so important. And so when you embrace these mistakes and you learn why they're a mistake, they much better serve you when you solve more complex problems. So that's just something I wanted to share. And this has been understood by many great thinkers and many great scientists throughout history. For example, the legendary chess player Anatoly Karpov said, "Only the player who never plays never loses," acknowledging the fact that you must make mistakes in order to progress in chess. Niels Bohr, the Danish physicist known for his work in quantum mechanics, said that an expert is an individual who has made every single mistake possible in a very narrow field, also acknowledging this fact. There's a quote attributed to the Chinese philosopher Confucius that if you ask a question, you're a fool for 5 minutes. If you never ask the question, you're a fool for life, acknowledging this process as well. So that's the point I wanted to emphasize with this video. Don't reject mathematical mistakes, embrace them. So with that in mind, thank you very much for watching this video. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. I'm going to bring more mathematical content in the future moving forward, so take care of yourself and all the best.